everyone, it's Marlakani here, also known as Java Little Professor. So in today's video, we're going to be discovering that mistakes that a lot of beginners and intermediates make. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so up here, our first mistake is syntax errors or forgetting to put semicolon. So for example, if we write int a is equal to 10 without semicolon, and then we write system dot out dot print ln. All right, now let's save the code and run it. And as you can see, it gave us an error of syntax error. Insert the semicolon to complete the block statement. So yeah, so just to fix this error, so just put the semicolon. Voila, the error is fixed. But if you don't put it, then it's gonna highlight in red that there's something missing here, and obviously it's the semicolon. So semicolon here and semicolon here. Control S to save the code and run it. And oops, let's put A. And as you can see, it printed 10 without any, errors or, any syntax errors. All right, now let's proceed to our second mistake, which is missing or wrong braces of if statement. So what I mean by that is if we use our previous example of the a variable again, and then we add another variable called b and give it a greater value, and then we write if a is less than b, then we put a semicolon, then we'll write system dot print ln yeah, with the semicolon, and then we're gonna write for example, yeah, the a is less than b, or else we're gonna write else system dot out dot print ln, we're gonna write a is a is greater than b. All right, now let's save the code and run it. Now look, it gave us an error of exception in thread main java.lang.error. So what it means by that, like that there's an error, and like look, it's a missing or wrong braces, which means that in the if statement, instead of using the curly braces, we used the semicolon, which is absolutely wrong. You should never do that, which is always gonna end up giving you an error. So to fix that error, just put. Alright guys, so if we put the, else and then curly braces and boom, it's gonna, let's save the code and run it, and as you can see, oops, here we had an error, Control S, and we run the code, boom, it's gonna give us A is less than B. So which is absolutely correct because 10 is less than 15, right? So alright guys, so now let's erase this code because it's not going to be useful in our third mistake that a lot of beginners and intermediates make, which is using undefined variables. So what I mean by that is if we write just like system.out.println and then we write a, just like, or let's just write b and semicolon, and now just like that, and Control S, we run the code, boom, it's gonna give us the same error. So why is it giving us the same error? That's because Java gets confused and it doesn't know that what b is. Like it cannot be resolved as a variable. So like to fix that error, we should either like put it as a local variable or create a field or parameter or a constant. So to fix this error, we basically have to write. We can write string b is equals to hi, and then we put semicolon. And let's save the code, Control S, and run it. And as you can see, it printed hi, just like that. So yeah, remember, you should always define the variables with a string or with any data type you would like, and then you can print. You cannot just put a b and then expect Java to run the code. No, that isn't how it works. Because Java doesn't know what it is. Java thinks like, is it a variable? Is it a letter? Is it a code? Is it like a hashtag? What is it? I don't know. So yeah, it gets confused. So to avoid that confusion, just put the int a and stuff, and boom, it's gonna solve the problem. All right, guys. So now let's proceed to our fourth mistake that a lot of beginners make, which is type mismatch. So if we write int, we write a y is equals to we write chocolate. Now try to guess what error I just like made here. So basically, the mistake here is actually the int data type. So this is the wrong data type to write a text. So the string data type is used to write, the text chocolate, like any text you would like. So yeah, the int data type isn't like is never gonna is never used to print text. It's actually used to put a value of the value of y. So for example, if we put 5, then yes, like it's it's never used to write text. It's actually used to write numbers, or yeah, just numbers like that, natural numbers, not decimal numbers. So if you write it like this, and boom, it's gonna give us an error. So for that, we can either cast, or we can either change it to double. So yeah, so in this case, we actually have to write so int y is equals to 5, or else if we write, for example, string y and use our previous example, chocolate, yeah, chocolate, and then actually here let's put int, and then let's put system dot out dot println, and then we're gonna write the parentheses and semicolon, and then we're gonna write y, and let's see if it's gonna print the code or not. And as you can see, it gave us the same exception in thread error. That's because int a data type is the wrong data type. To fix that error, just put the string data type. That's it. And boom, it's gonna run the code for us, and it's gonna print the chocolate just like how we wanted it to print, the chocolate. All right, now let's proceed to our fifth mistake that a lot of beginners make, which is method not found. So what I mean by that, if we just write, for example, print method, and then we write parentheses and semicolon. That's it. So yeah, so this mistake is just like our previous mistake, which is like type mismatch. So this is actually like, for this one, there's something missing here, which is called a method. So a method is basically like this. Look, public static void. We're gonna write the print method, which is its name, and then parentheses and curly braces. And boom, the error is resolved. So yeah, only the method was missing. So if you don't put the method, or you just forget to put the method, or if you're in a rush while coding, so yeah, so don't worry, you can just hover onto this and put create method and print method, and obviously it's just gonna create a print method like automatically for you. No need to write it manually. But if you just wanted to write it manually, you can, but a lot of people prefer the automatic method. So yeah, so let's put something inside our method, and also we gotta change the private to public. So system dot out dot print ln, we're gonna write a semicolon, then we're gonna put chocolate or dog. Yeah, dog. All right, now let's do Control S and save the code and run it. And as you can see, it printed dog because it actually we're actually calling the method, the print method. So yeah, so the method exists, so that's why it's actually accessing what is written inside of the dog. So yeah, just like that, it's gonna print dogs. And yeah, guys, that was it for today's a tutorial, of discovering the mistakes that I mean fixing the mistakes that a lot of beginners and intermediates make. So if you like this video, so please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, have a nice day. Bye.